Hey, there we are. All right, I'm going to start off by making myself sound really dark. Because I ended up down a rabbit hole a moment ago. I was thinking about glimmers. Actually, I was looking out of the window. So my studio is set on the fourth floor of a big old building set in the bottom of a quarry, an old quarry, disused quarry, cultivated quarry. Is that the word? And the windows that I have look out southeast. And so at this time of year where the sun's really low, you can just see it like starting to brush the trees at the top of the quarry lid. It's not, I don't know what the word is, lip. Oh my gosh. So currently, like there is this line of trees, and one's quite an interesting tree because it looks like a whole tree, but it's two trees growing together. And on one side it's full of berries, and on the other side it's dark, dark evergreen. And all the berries are like lit up like fire. And then as you go down, it's like touching the tops of what looks like it's probably a horse chestnut. All the leaves are going orange, and there's like these dark shapes and silhouettes, and then these like flames of bright autumnal colours, and it's really beautiful. And as I was walking into work today, again, it's Sheffield. We got a lot of hills. If there's one thing Sheffield is known for, it is hills. And I was walking down a hill, while looking out to another hill. And so the hill I'm walking down is a main road, and the cars are lining up. And because of the direction of the hill, and the height of the houses, it becomes like a little dark chasm. So you have the bright red lights of the cars as they back up as they're going into town, and then you have the dark houses and the wet street. But behind it, on the hill where the sun has already risen above the lip of where I am here, it's just glorious. We've got a lot of trees in Sheffield. I think we've got like the most trees per person in the whole of Europe, luckily. And the trees they're just beautiful at the minute. You know, we're having this incredibly gorgeous autumn, and they said the sun is like brushing this whole hillside, and the buildings are gleaming a little bit brighter, and the trees are just spectacular. And so you've got this dark chasms out there. You have this like exquisiteness. And I was thinking about how we can so often get caught up with what's right under us that we forget to go see the exquisiteness. All of this is to say that it got me thinking about glimmers. If you haven't come across glimmers, and this is where I fell down a rabbit hole because I was trying to work out who had originally said it, and I know it's a female author. Can't find it in my brain. So a glimmer is looking for like, oh, there's birds. There's like a big flock. Quite small birds. We don't have starlings around here. Well, anyway, it's delicious out there. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful autumn day. Really, we shouldn't be here. We should be out for a walk somewhere peakwards. But yeah, so the idea of a glimmer is that it is like this bright spot, this moment of wonder, this moment of beauty, of awe, a thing that just makes you kind of come home to yourself. It's about shiny objects, isn't it? Seeing the brightness, seeing the shiny object instead of focusing on the dark chasm. And that's why I'm inviting you today. Go glimmer hunting. If you feel as though you're really, really stressed, and you're really, really held, and you don't know what to do with yourself, now is the time to go hunting beauty. Now is the time to really sink into awe and wonder and just that exquisiteness of this incredible world that we have in front of us. Yes, many levels fucked. Yeah. But if we stay there, we stay heavy. When we look for the gorgeous, exquisite, bright moments, the kindness, the compassion, the humour, it just lifts us. And that glimmer hunting can be a huge tool if you are feeling like shit. It's like visual gratitude, isn't it? That idea that It's a confirmation bias. If we think we're going to see bad things, we find bad things. If we think we're going to go find beauty and we look for awe and wonder and kinship and fellowship and community, we'll find that. Whatever you are looking for, universe will reflect for you. So instead of sitting in the deep, in the dank, in the gunk, why not sit in the light and the bright and the glimmer? And this goes for bodies too. So often we can focus on what is going wrong in our bodies, but what is going right in our bodies? What feels good? Where do you feel slinky? And that might be, I got out of bed, put my feet on the ground, and they weren't agony. That might be, I got halfway through the morning and my feet were agony when I woke up, and now they're feeling good, which incidentally is more muscular than it is joint. So if you wake up in the morning feeling pain or stiff, but once you start moving, it wears off, that's generally an indicator that it's something muscular going on. Go speak to a massage therapist or a physiotherapist or a myofascial therapist. Hi. I totally lost my thread. I looked out the window and I saw a slow moving, beautiful cloud. You know, when like the front of the cloud edge is just like bright, bright white. And then you have all of those kind of greys, blue greys going down through it. And then you have this like pop of blue peeking through as the cloud starts to like disperse, like pulling on a piece of hot wool or pulling on like candy floss, and you get just like more little pops of blue. Oh, it's so pretty out there. And at the top of the very, very dark tree, it's like this long, spindly feather duster with no feathers is just glowing gold at the top. Oh, it's so pretty out there. It's so pretty. As you can tell, the light hasn't made it into my studio. It's still quite dark. But that's fine, because out there, further away, is the exquisiteness. We can bathe in that and enjoy that. I'd show you myself, but my windows are filthy because the landlord won't clean all the way up here. Anyway. So we're looking for the good stuff today. We are looking for the glimmers, and we are encouraging that good stuff into the body. And when we are looking for that, I've just noticed I'm like this. Because when we are looking for the good stuff, it feels really expansive in a 3-dimensional way. And I think this is one of the things that we like fail to even notice about our bodies, how 3-dimensional we are, how we expand and twist and contract, and how we kind of like have a real kind of helix spiraling of movement. That there's always this flow of energy. Even if you think about how you go from being palm forward to back of hand forward, and you have the ulnar and the radius here, but what you also have is the 2 bones twisting over each other. So when I'm here, they're straight, but when I come here, they're still straight at the bottom, but they change position at the top. So we have this like twisting. Like, bodies are just so cool. We naturally have this spiral and twist into expansion. And that's a thought I'd really like you to hold on to, that no movement is supposed to be, but all movement comes from a place of all of the planes in all directions all at once. All right, so what are we going to do with this body-wise? I feel like I am in cerebral mode rather than body mode for you today, which is not the aim of these sessions. So why don't we, she says, waggling her jaw, why don't we play with the neck? We're going to play with the neck, which is probably going to play havoc with my mug, but let us. Think about your neck. Vertebrae stacked on vertebrae. going up and connecting into the occiput back here. So the atlas and axis bones kind of creates this joining of the skull onto the spine. And that's where all of your spinal nerves go down through the middle. And then those first ones are called your cervical vertebrae, and then they come into your thoracic vertebrae, upon which the 12 pairs of ribs join. And then we have our lumbar vertebrae, and then we have our cervical. No. I'm like, these are the cervical vertebrae. Cervical is the same thing, Carrie. We have the fused ones. Sacrum. The ones that come into your sacrum. Oh my God. Oh. Just keep looking at the beauty, Carrie. Don't focus on the poor anatomy and physiology, Carrie. And then, so we're talking about this kind of spiraling and expansion, but think about how your neck moves. Think about all the musculature that has to hold your head on your shoulders whilst allowing you to swivel and move. And for quite a lot of us, we get to a point where our movement, either this way or this way, becomes restricted, and our movement, oh, this way, oh, this way. You should be able to get your ear far closer to your shoulder than I can. Okay, so let's work on this and this today. So you have these big old neck rudders called your sternocleidomastoid. They go from here, back here, to here. It's like 2 pairs. If you are somebody who has a lot of headaches, if you have migraines, there is a fair chance that your sternocleidomastoids are going to be feeling a little bit gunky. Now she realizes she's wearing completely the wrong top, as well as banging into her mic the entire time. That's good, isn't it? So we're going to start just by drawing down the neck. Oh, this is going to annoy me. Stick it there. Okay, so we're just going to draw down the neck, 2 fingers. We've talked before, haven't we, about your lymphatic system. So your lymphatic system is the part of your immune system. Its job is to move the lymph, which is the juice that washes through all your cells, and it takes away it takes away a kind of like bacterial stuff and viral stuff, and it brings them into the lymph node for cleaning, and then it circulates cleaned lymphatic fluid back into the lymph system. So it's just sieving out all the crap. You have a lot of lymph nodes which are doing that cleaning up here, in your armpit, around your gut, in your groin, back of knees. Oh, honestly, I feel like 20 years of knowledge. What that? Not today, Carrie. No, not 20 years of knowledge today. So we are just going to draw down here, give a little pump here. So we want to prime the lymphatic system. This is probably a good exercise to do if you are sat down. And if you are sitting down, think about keeping your feet firm on the ground, working out where your pelvis is. Are you popping your butt so you've got like a peacock tail? Excuse me. Are you hunkering underneath so you've collapsed in the middle? Can you bring yourself into somewhere which feels neutral and not hard work? Sometimes sitting up straight can feel like really hard work. Okay, so we're going to stroke down. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use this part here to trap and caress these big old sternocleidomastoid muscles. So think about this big thing here. And depending on how tight your neck is, that will change how easily you can pick this up. In fact, let's just start. So we're going to make like a bear claw. We're just going to use our knuckles. So turn your head, and we're just going to use those bear claws. Can you see that I'm kind of using it to run either side of the muscle? So, as I mentioned before, there are two branches to the sternocleidomastoid. One attaches further back, one attaches further forward to give your neck that kind of shape at the front. Okay, let's do the other side. Taking a moment just to allow your breath to drop into your belly. Once again, if you need to, repositioning your butt so you feel balanced. God, even that just feels like weirdly calming. Oh. So here, this notch here, we are going to wrap around the muscle. Can you see? Like this. There's the leg of this. And we're just gently going to bring the hands into, it's not gripping, hugging, caressing. I was going to say, no, not caressing. Fingers are staying still. Hugging, cradling, cuddling. Any of those. It's gone very dark. Yeah, still bad. Okay, so we are just going to start here. Caress the muscles. No grip, no stress. Just holding. And then we're going to turn the head ever so slightly, depending on how tight you are, will depend on how far you get and what resistance your body will offer up as you turn. So, if you drop your head, nose down, you're stretching a slightly different place. Oh, there's some little trick. So if you pull your nose skywards. So we're trying to like level out your nose, horizontal plane with the nose, with the chin, base of the chin. That's more the, there we go, horizontal plane with the chin. Just allowing these fingers to softly cuddle in a bit further. It might feel quite intense if you are somebody who struggles with finds that your shoulders tire quite quickly. You might want to do this at a table so you can rest this arm, take the stress off your shoulder, or you might find that you just want to drop down so you are resting on your knees, whatever works for you. Oh, I'm moving around all over the place. Oh. You might find that as your fingers start to sink in, you can curl them a little bit more around the back of the muscle. You might find that you truffle your hair as well. Very uncomfortable. Thinking about this shoulder, letting it drop. Now I'm waggling around. So my fascial work, the style that I use, we apply a very small amount of pressure and we hold it. We sustain that pressure. And by sustaining that pressure, we trick the brain. However, when we waggle around, as much as I am today, the brain is not tricked. And think about how this feels. We're looking for the glimmers. So once I'm hearing my breath just kicked in. Something must be shifting because I'm going, oh, I could feel that tension into my ear. I can feel it traveling up here. And now I can feel that kind of, that softening. That feels good. Paying attention as to whether your body feels on such high alert. I do a lot of this session with my eyes shut, don't I? Oh, sorry. I did mention some point ago that these sessions were quite like my treatment for myself. So I'm very sorry if I'm talking to you with my eyes shut. All right, let's swap to the other side. So again, we're just going to like press and cuddle that muscle. Going to get it to fit in this channel here, wrapping the thumb at the front. Maybe this time, Carrie, move your hair out of the way so you don't trap yourself. So we're just going to come around here. You may need to wiggle your neckline if you're wearing something t-shirty, brown necky. Even that, before I even go anywhere, that feels good. That's like, I need this. I'm glad that you see me. Not that you see me, because nobody's watching these things. Just here for myself. All right, and when we are ready, we're just going to put that slight turn of the head, little bit of stretch on that muscle. This hand hasn't moved, so as my head turns, this hand stays. I'm not following because I'm asking the muscle to stretch a little bit. Obviously, as I say every time, I'm assuming I'm talking to you in good health. I'm assuming that there is nothing medically going on that would stop you from going for a massage. I'm assuming that you are not on any kind of medication because your body creates blood clots or you have an existing medical condition. I am making assumptions. Now, this is on you and for you to decide if working with me is the right kind of work. And when I say working with me, I do literally mean right here, right now through this channel. If you are allowing me to guide you when I have no knowledge of your medical history, you're the one who needs to make the decisions about, is this right for me? Talk to a doctor if you're not sure. I'm here doing this because my body needs it. And spending that 20 minutes twice a week just helps me to come home to who I am. Helps me to see what I need. Helps me to understand how I'm really reacting and responding to what's going on in my world. Am I okay as I think I am? Am I actually holding tension in ways I hadn't considered? Do I feel better after the session than I did before? Every time, yes. There is no pushing, there is no shoving, there is gentle curiosity and a whole lot of love. All right, my loves, this is pretty much our time coming to an end for today. I am going to continue working on myself in my own sweet way. If you found the session useful, let me know. If you think of somebody else who needs to dive into the world of glimmers and neck cuddling, well, please forward this their way, send them the link, point it in their general direction. I will be here, not next week. I'll be here at some point for session 15. There we go. Got the low battery situation going on. I'll be here for session 15 on a Monday very soon. Mondays and Wednesdays, you can catch me here live 8:30 in the morning on Substack. And you can also catch up with these sessions on Substack and YouTube. Have a gorgeous day. Go look for the bright sunny spots. Find the beauty and the wonder in everything you see, if you can. And I'll catch you soon. Take care. Bye.